Wordle. If you don't know what it is at this point, then seriously, what are you doing here? Love it or hate it, Wordle has been trending pretty hard recently, and I've been playing it a bit myself, which got me thinking, how complicated is the game's code? Could I recreate it myself from nothing? I make games using a game engine, so I wanted to try and see if I could make my own replica of Wordle inside that game engine. I'll be showing you how I made this, how difficult it was, and the problems I faced along the way. Before I start, this isn't a tutorial, so you don't need to be a programmer to watch this video, but if you actually want me to make a tutorial, I can, so if you wouldn't mind just leaving a little comment. Let's get started. Here's a grid. Now you can type in letters. Each time you press a key, an invisible counter moves to the next box. If you delete, it moves the counter back one and deletes the letter in that box. The program also uses both an array and a string to keep track of the word you are currently writing. When you start the game, it chooses a random word from a list of words I creatively named Correct Words List, which at the moment only has 5 words. My plan was to just download a list of the correct words from the actual game and put them in my list later. When you type in a word, it checks every letter in that word against the letters in the random correct word and then decides what colors to make them. If it's in the word and it's in the correct spot, it highlights them green. If it's in the word but it's in the wrong spot, it highlights them red. Except from some weird janky bugs, the code was working as intended, and I just needed to download the list of words. I copied it off the internet and put it in the game, but then realized in order for the game to read them, there had to be strings, which means they needed quotation marks all around them. Oh no. I figured I could use some sort of algorithm to put in the punctuation for me, but I had no idea how to do that, and I thought teaching myself that would be time consuming and difficult, so I decided to take an alternate route. I typed out all of the quotation marks for every word by hand. It took me multiple hours and was the most tedious and frustrating work I've ever had to go through on a project, but I pushed through and it was worth it in the end. My code was working, for the most part, and I created this. Alright, let's just playtest the game, see if everything's working smoothly, see if there are any bugs, and we're going to start off with audio. I really like using this starting word when I'm playing the game normally, and okay, we got an A. Rand. Okay, that's good, that's not bad. Okay, we're gonna go with the word baker. Ooh, so close. What could it be? It's probably like, yeah, it has to be like B-A-R and then something E. What about barge? That could be the word. Let's go! I'm incredible at this, and if we want a different word, we can just press restart and do it all over again. Something like crane. Did you know that crane is statistically the best word to use as a starting word? For some reason, I don't understand. Some guy simulated every word or something, and this is what he came up with. I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed playing it. In the end, the code was time-consuming, but not very complex. It turns out that the Godot game engine is a really good tool for making simple games like Wordle, and I was really pleased with the result. The game is technically closer to Wordle Unlimited, as it uses a random word every time and not the same word for every person every day. I think that makes it more interesting. I can also edit the list of words manually and slip in some words of my own. Now that I think about it, I could prank someone by challenging them to play my replica of Wordle and set the correct word to something really stupid, like a whole row of X's or W's. Now that I have the groundwork, there's a lot of room for improvement and adaptation. If you guys have any suggestions or ways that I could change the game into something more ambitious, something like the Battle Royale version of Wordle made by Automated, let me know in the comments. That's the end of the video. Thanks a million for watching. Only 9% of you are actually subscribed, so if you like the content, please hit sub for me real quick. Have a lovely day.